Hey everyone, thanks for jumping into today's explainer. If you're here, I know you're ready to learn, so we're just going to skip the usual fluff and get right to the good stuff. Today, we're heading out on a highly curated, thematic road trip across America's most breathtaking cities. Based on some fantastic source material detailing the top 10 beautiful cities in the United States, we are going to break down exactly what makes these destinations so incredible.
So what actually makes an American city truly unforgettable? Is it the towering architecture, the wild nature, maybe the deep-rooted history? Instead of just running through some standard, boring top 10 countdown, we're going to figure out the answer to this question together. We'll be exploring these 10 destinations through their unique geographical and cultural vibes. By looking at them thematically, we can really understand the distinct flavor and identity of each location.
All right, let's dive into Chapter 1, Icons of the East, focusing on history and heritage. First up on the map is Washington, D.C. Now, this city is just an absolute masterclass in blending heavy-hitting political history with some seriously stunning natural beauty. You've got the National Mall anchoring everything. Think massive marble landmarks like the Lincoln Memorial, the Washington Monument, and the Capitol Building, all sitting right next to those incredible Smithsonian museums. But what really grounds D.C., visually speaking, is the tidal basin. Actually, fun little fact here, those famous cherry trees were a gift from the mayor of Tokyo way back in 1912. Those soft, fleeting pink blooms, they provide this breathtaking, totally natural contrast to the stark, enduring white marble everywhere else. Next up, we're taking a walk through Boston, and I mean literally walking. You can step right into the country's revolutionary past by following the iconic 2.5-mile brick path of the Freedom Trail. Then, almost like flipping a switch, all that history gives way to this gorgeous, serene beauty right in the center of the city at the Public Garden, which, by the way, flows perfectly into a really scenic stroll down the Charles River Esplanade. Oh, and if you ever need a wider horizon, the coastal breeze of Cape Cod is just a quick drive away. Boston is amazing at seamlessly connecting its deep, revolutionary charm with these super relaxing, accessible outdoor escapes.
Moving right along, let's see how things build up in Part 2, Skylines and Concrete Jungles, looking at architectural marvels. The city that never sleeps. I mean, you know the quote. It perfectly, absolutely captures the pulsating, non-stop energy of our next destination.
Welcome to New York City. This metropolis is literally defined by massive, intense contrasts. You have this iconic skyline, right? Completely dominated by towering achievements of steel and glass. But then, right in the smack dab middle of it all, is Central Park. It's an 840-acre lush green escape that, get this, is actually larger than the entire country of Monaco. It perfectly counterbalances that relentless, neon-soaked madness of Times Square. Throw in world-class art collections at the Met and MoMA, and you've got a concrete jungle that offers an endless variety of experiences. Heading out to the Midwest, we hit Chicago. Now, Chicago's whole vibe is inextricably tied to how its impressive urban landscape meets the vast, open waters of Lake Michigan. Whether you're taking it in from Navy Pier or wandering through Millennium Park, you're looking up at sheer architectural marvels, like the Willis Tower, that shape this stunning skyline. It's a total architectural powerhouse married to the shoreline. It blends high culture at the Art Institute of Chicago with incredible outdoor scenery along the Chicago Riverwalk. And hey, crazy fact, engineers actually reversed the flow of that river back in 1900. It's literally engineered nature.
Okay, let's thaw out a bit for Part 3, Sun, Sand, and Surf. Time for some tropical escapes.
Kicking off the tropics is Miami. Now, what's really fascinating here is how Miami gives you entirely distinct worlds sitting right next to each other. South Beach serves up the sun-kissed sands, that famous pastel Art Deco architecture, and of course, a legendary vibrant life. But cross just one neighborhood over, and you're completely immersed in the rich cultural heartbeat of Little Havana. And if that isn't enough of a pivot for you, step out of the city entirely and into the Everglades to see wildlife in its rawest form. Amazingly, it's the only ecosystem on the entire planet where alligators and crocodiles naturally hang out together. Way out in the Pacific, Honolulu presents this totally incredible duality. On one hand, sure, you have the quintessential laid-back vibe of Waikiki Beach. Perfect for surfing, perfect for sunbathing. But this is a city that demands both physical rigor and deep reverence. I mean, you can hike the volcanic crater of Diamond Head for these spectacular ocean views, and then go reflect at the Pearl Harbor Memorial. It's a sobering sight that grounds this tropical paradise in some profound history. So it's definitely not just a beach town. Honolulu is a deeply historic and geographically dynamic landscape.
Let's pivot to our final chapter,
Part 4, Entertainment and West Coast Wonders, Blending Neon and Nature. Let's start out in the desert to look at the absolute juxtaposition of Las Vegas. In one breath, you've got the undisputed entertainment capital of the world. The Strip is dazzling with neon lights so insanely bright they can literally be seen from space, plus those maximalist hotels and the mesmerizing Bellagio fountains. Yet, providing a stark, silent contrast to all that glitter and noise is the rugged beauty of Red Rock Canyon. Vegas is exactly where high-voltage, man-made entertainment collides with the quiet majesty of the desert. Moving over to the coast, we find Los Angeles. LA is kind of the ultimate playground because it flawlessly blends high-end luxury with rugged outdoor vistas. You can soak in the eclectic boardwalk vibes over at the Santa Monica Pier and then go stargazing, and I mean that both literally, up at the Griffith Observatory, and culturally, standing right beneath the iconic Hollywood sign. Cap off the day window shopping on Rodeo Drive and taking a sunset cruise down the Pacific Coast Highway? Yeah, you've got the perfect LA day. Heading further up to California coast, we hit breathtaking San Francisco. So, the crucial thing to understand here is that this city's charm relies so heavily on its dramatic physical geography. It's totally defined by its rolling hills, the iconic Golden Gate Bridge, and those famous, colorful painted ladies' Victorian houses. The Bay is absolutely central to the whole experience. Whether you're watching the sea lions bark at Fisherman's Wharf or diving into the dark, churning history of Alcatraz Island, which is completely surrounded by those frigid bay waters, the geography is the city. We are wrapping up our thematic tour up in the Pacific Northwest with beautiful Seattle. Talk about a city spectacularly trapped between nature. You've got deep water, towering mountains, and lush, evergreen forests in every direction. From the iconic Space Needle, you get these sweeping views straight over Puget Sound and the skyline. Back down on the ground, you can dodge some famous flying fish at Pike Place Market, or head just outside the city for a rugged adventure in the glaciers and wildflower meadows of Mount Rainier National Park. Okay, so we've covered a whole lot of ground today. Let's do a quick cheat sheet to lock in these ultimate takeaways. We've got New York's endless energy and Chicago's architectural marvels. Vegas brings the neon, while Miami brings the Art Deco tropics. DC stands tall with its historic monuments. Honolulu perfectly balances surf with volcanic rock. And Seattle, that's your evergreen paradise. Wrap all that up with LA's glamour, San Francisco's rolling hills, and Boston's revolutionary charm, and you've got 10 uniquely American masterpieces. And that brings us to our final and honestly most important question: which of these diverse American vibes is going to inspire your next journey? Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer today. I really encourage you to think about the themes we just mapped out. Whether you're a massive history buff, a total architecture nerd, a beach bum, or just looking for the brightest neon lights, match your own travel persona to the cities we've explored. Keep learning, keep exploring, and I will catch you next time.